Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of American Soccer Quick Kicks. You might have thought I was done with this channel. I have not abandoned it. This may only be my second one all year, but I will be coming back to this on a regular basis in the near future. I have been spending my time this year instead focused on a podcast that I'm producing with my son. It has nothing to do with soccer. It is a Beatles versus Beach Boys podcast. It's called Apples and Oranges, where we are comparing their albums against each other in 1v1 matchups and then picking a winner. We've been having a lot of fun with that, learning a lot about both bands as we step through the decade of the 60s. I will put the link for it in the description in case that sounds good to you, but really I'm just explaining why I have not been producing a lot of content for this channel. I will be coming back, but I could not let this week go by without commentary. Here we are, 4th of July weekend, as the United States gets ready to celebrate its birthday. And there's just not a lot to celebrate when it comes to the U.S. men's team. I'm sure everyone watching this probably already knows the Copa America, which is basically the South American Championships, that the United States was invited to participate in, or I should say CONCACAF was invited to participate in, and the United States qualified to be one of those CONCACAF teams in the tournament, and it's all being held in America. We have been eliminated at the group stage. And I have to get this stuff off my chest. This is a complete and total disaster. It's a failure of the program. There's no way to sugarcoat it, and there's not a lot of silver lining. I am pretty pessimistic right now. I'm pretty down on it all. It's like this. We, as a host of the 26 World Cup, we do not need to qualify. And so that's nice, right? It takes a little bit of the pressure off. But it also takes away a little bit of that battle testing that we need. And so the challenge between now and the World Cup is having quality opposition, having quality matches against quality opponents where we can truly be tested, because everybody else, or the vast majority of everybody else, is going to be involved in their own qualification schedules. And so we got to find what are basically friendlies, but against teams that would present a real challenge to us. And so we targeted, as the United States Federation, as a program, we targeted Copa America as a goal. Like, this was going to be our big opportunity, our best opportunity to have quality opposition in competitive matches during this World Cup cycle, during this space between the World Cups. So this was a major goal of ours, was to get into this tournament, number one, and number two, make a run at it long enough to be able to play some of the upper echelon of South American countries. And we have failed to do that. We did get to play a game against Uruguay because we were in their group, and we did okay. I mean, outside of context, just that game on its own, we did not embarrass ourselves, I don't think. But what happened was we lost to Panama. We got ourselves into the South American Championship tournament so we could play their big boys, and we ended up essentially being eliminated by Panama, our CONCACAF neighbor. We got a red card early in the game. We were playing a man down. We had our backs against the wall. We actually went up a goal, shorthanded goal. We were winning 1-0. You think that is the time to pack it in on defense and just see out the game. We were not able to do it. Lost to Panama. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. We don't get to play these South American teams that we want to play. We got one match against Uruguay. That was it. And now it's over. And I don't know where the quality matches are going to come from between now and the next World Cup. It does not appear that the program is advancing at all under Greg Berhalter. I am someone very slow to jump on board the firing the coach bandwagon ever. I mean, in any situation, I'm real slow. I'm not one of the first ever to jump on that. And I have wanted to, I've liked Berhalter. I liked him in Major League Soccer, and I've wanted him to succeed. And it's, here we are. There was controversy during the World Cup that had to do with the Reinas and all that. And then he was put on hiatus. They hired a consulting firm. Who we're going to get as our next coach. After like 6 months delay, they just ended up going with Berhalter again. I said at the time, even though I wasn't a Berhalter hater, that it doesn't seem like the right move. Rarely do second cycle coaches succeed. And was he really going to be the right guy to push these guys forward? And now, you got to think that his job would be in question We have a talented group of players that all say they love playing for them, but is anybody developing? Then again, are you supposed to develop? Excuse me, are you supposed to develop under your national team coach? The player development should be happening at the club level, but a lot of times, with the exception of Christian Pulisic, it seems like a lot of our guys are not playing important roles in their team. And, you got to wonder, I mean, it's great to be able to brag about these guys playing in top European leagues, but if they're not getting playing time, or if they're not in a situation where they have to put the team on their shoulder, are they developing? Are they getting the development that they need? I heard a rumor recently about Weston McKennie coming to Major League Soccer to play at Cincinnati. You would think, hey, maybe that's a step down from what he's been used to in his career so far. Then again, I don't know what this would do with Luciano Acosta, but if he comes in and can be the man of Cincinnati, that might actually be really good for him. So I don't know. I just see this program stagnating, and I've circled the 26 World Cup for years as the tournament where this incredibly talented generation of players should be stepping into their own, the prime of their careers, that right matured age. And I have said that anything less than the quarterfinals will be a disappointment because, we made the quarterfinals in 2002 and we're one egregious referee error away from being in the semifinals of the 2002 World Cup. Germany had a field player, a defender, clear the ball off the goal line with his hand in plain view of everybody, and they didn't call it. By the way, the United States player who took that shot, who should have scored that goal against Germany, was Greg Berhalter. But anyway, right now, that's the bar. Quarterfinals is the minimum bar, and if this is our best generation of players ever, we have to at least make the quarterfinals. I've got no reason to think that's going to happen now. Where are the quality matches going to come from? Where's the battle testing going to take place? How are we going to grow and develop? Berhalter's had this group long enough. We're not seeing enough changes. Then you go, well, make a change. Well, can you make a change? Is it possible to make a change now and have it not hurt the program? Because here's the reality. If we wanted an American coach, okay, that's one option, American or foreign, right? Jesse Marsch was probably the best guy for that job, and we basically passed over him, and he has since taken a job as the Canadian national team manager, and guess what Canada just did? They qualified out of the group stage, and now they're in the Copa America quarterfinals. That's Jesse Marsch for you. We decided after a 6-month delay, right, of our losing 6 months of this World Cup cycle with our managerial decision undecided, we bring Berhalter back, and now here we are, and this is happening. If we get rid of him, we don't have Jesse Marsch available anymore. Who are we going to get? You're not going to get a big name. You're not going to get a splashy name. This is now, right now, at this moment in time, probably not an attractive job for top managers around the world, because think about it. We don't have a qualification schedule ahead of us. So they're not going to get tough matches. It's going to be a bunch of low stakes friendlies where we're hoping to see improvement, but with no guarantee of having good opposition to really play against. And the other thing is we're 2 years out. Like it's now a short cycle. Like you're not giving the next coach, if you hire him right now, you're not giving him enough time with the team before the World Cup. He's on short time already. And that's going to make the job unattractive to a lot of people. Is a change needed? I mean, no, I don't know. I mean, I'm not happy with the results, and I'm not optimistic about our path forward, but the timing could be wrong for a change. And if he hasn't lost the locker room, if he still has the respect of the players and these guys are still bought in and are motivated to play for him, I don't know if making a change is really the right idea, but the state of the program's not good. This is a failure. We were expected to go into Copa America and compete. We were certainly the bare minimum was to get out of the group stage. And my goodness, to go to the South American tournament and get grouped by a CONCACAF nation, it's just embarrassing. It's just embarrassing. I don't know. I don't know the way to go forward here. It's hard to keep your chin up and stay positive. I don't have any positive takes. Can anybody out there be positive for me? Somebody in the comments, give me a reason to be encouraged that we're going to be okay. I want to see us make the quarterfinals. Not only do I want to see us qualify out of the group stage in the 26 World Cup and make it to the round of 16 like we did in 2022. But I want us to win that round of 16 match. I want us to win it and get to the quarterfinals. Do we have a group of players who have the fight and the fire in them and the talent to be able to do that? I think Uruguay could conceivably be the type of caliber team that we could meet in the round of 16 of the World Cup. And maybe we handled ourselves well against them. But keep in mind, they had also already clinched their advancement, and in a World Cup round of 16 game, maybe we're getting a different Uruguay team. So I don't know. I remain a fan of this program, and I wish it the best, and I'll be following them closely. And I would love nothing more than for Berhalter to keep his job and turn this around quickly and us have huge success and make it to the semifinals of the World Cup. I'd love it. I would make me happy. I'm not out for blood. I'm not a hater, but is this the right direction? Are we going in the right direction? Do we have the right man in the job? Is the right man available? That's the part that catches me. I don't know if the right man's going to be available right now. We might have to wait till after the World Cup, which is when you typically see a lot of openings and a lot of shuffling going on in this area. So anyway, frustrated and embarrassed, and I'm pessimistic. I think I've said before on this channel about how optimistic I was about what our team could be and what our program could be by the time the 26th World Cup rolls around. Right now, that optimism's gone. And if you got a reason for me to be encouraged, please let me hear it. But it is the week of Independence Day for the United States of America. I will be celebrating the 4th of July. It is one of my favorite holidays. And you remember that every kick is a free kick if you play for America. So until then, watch some soccer with me, and I'll talk to you next time.